I finished university and I do not know what I'm going to do next, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen next. But I feel like whether or not I have a job or whatever I'm doing shouldn't dictate my worth. To be honest, I like myself and I think I would be a worthwhile person. Even if I was a homeless person or something, I would still like me. I would still have self-worth and I could still be happy. I imagine your job doesn't dictate your happiness, or your lack of job doesn't dictate your happiness exactly. I mean, I guess, sure, it's nice to have disposable income and the such, and security and all of that, but that doesn't mean that you have to be worthless and unhappy and bleak if you don't have those things, I think. At times, I guess it's kind of stressful because I think my parents really want me to get a job, and at times I feel like I'm disappointing them by not having one. Even though I'm applying for loads of jobs, I apply for jobs every day, I feel like when I talk to them about it, the thing that they see is that I don't have a job and that it's disappointing for them. But then if I think logically about it, I see no reason why they should be disappointed, because I've done volunteer work and education and I've worked in the past. It's not like I've never done anything and I've just been sat in bed for years and just refused to do anything and not applied for anything. I've done quite a lot of things, and I know that they just want the best for me. They just want me to, go on to our next step and have security and stuff. And you sit on me like, now stroke you like this is some sort of evil plan, okay? What I'm going to say next is that you're supposed to stay if you're going to be part of my evil plan. What I'm going to say next is that a job isn't the be-all, end-all. I'm not saying I'm going to do nothing or anything, but a job isn't the only opportunity or only option, and my worth isn't based on whether or not I have a job. Okay, you can go now. That was it. There are other options, and if I do want a job, then I still have to look at other options, because a lot of jobs at the moment want experience and stuff in advance of you getting the job. So I would still have to look at other options in the meantime anyway. But yeah, there are other options. A job isn't like has to be right now, or has to have a job right now. Like my brother went to Thailand for a year and did teaching in Thailand, and at that point I don't think he knew what he was going to do for like a life plan or anything. I don't think you need a plan as such for the whole of your life. Things happen and everything's fine. Everything's fine. There's a roof over my head. I'm not hungry, particularly pretty fit. Recently, I was looking on the on a college website locally, and they do courses for adults in the evenings and stuff like that. And it says that there's a fee discount policy whereby people on benefits or people who are aged 19 to 23 can do up to level 3 for 100% off. It's like it'd be a free course. So I could do a course at the local college in maybe business admin or business studies maybe. I don't know, I'd have to look into whether or not those courses are included in that, but I think they are, and they've got IT skills, that sort of thing. So that sort of thing could go towards getting a job as like a receptionist or in admin or something like that. They also do like IT courses and things at the library, I think. But I think if I did it in a college, then it'd be more likely to work towards proper certificates and MVQs and things like that. I suppose one of the things about starting a course is that then you're sort of committed to staying in the area for as long as the course is, and you're committing that time. But if it's like an evening course or something, then you can still do a job or something if that came up. One thing that someone suggested to me is that I sort of mix the art things I've done and the charitable things I've done and become an art therapist. But to do that, I would have to go back to university and get an MA in art therapy, which would take 2 years full time or 3 years part time, and going back to university would be quite expensive. And my dad suggested that I become a support worker. I've applied for quite a number of those type of jobs, but I don't think there's any prospects in it unless you do go and get a qualification in that sort of area. But if I was going to go down that sort of route, there is things that I could do right now. Like at the moment I'm volunteering with an autistic child, but there is other things I could do, like I could become a befriender at the hospital, or I could go on a course of sign language, or I could do other things. I could do things in advance of working in that sort of area. Also, because recently I've been getting quite into sport, like swimming and walking and cycling and all sorts of things like that, it occurred to me that I could do something along those lines, coming back to that go to college as an adult course thing. They do adult courses in fitness instructing as well, and sports, and at the swimming pool they do lifeguard training. I've noticed on the youth hostel website, for example, they do things like volunteer managers. So I could work towards management in a youth hostel or something like that, or becoming a lifeguard, or working in a sports shop or a leisure centre or stuff like that. Also, whatever I do doesn't have to be committing to a job or a specific area at this point. I mean, I could do a job if I am applying for lots of jobs, and if I got a job I could do a job. But there are other options as well. For example, I could become like a camp leader at one of those camps in America, or something like that. I could go abroad, I could travel, or I could do courses. It doesn't have to be job based. It could just I could just do other things. I suppose I should make it clear that if someone did offer me a job or something, I would do it. But I'm not gonna. But I still think I'm a worthwhile person, even if that doesn't happen. Even if there is no job coming, or anything like that. I see that a lot of people are sort of miserable searching for a job, and they've put all of their sort of self-worth and everything is hanging on the job, and all of their hopes and stuff are hanging on whether or not they get a job, and it doesn't seem much fun, or it seems I don't want to do that. I don't want to be sitting around feeling bad about myself constantly about a job that isn't even here.